with a couple of really good aggressive, defenses on Brickner's shots. But again, no score for Andrew Ha.
Now it's going to be tough. He's going to have to get to the corner really quick. Ha is going to need to, because Brickner's really tough, got really good hips. So if he's just going to go in, and he might get caught underneath. So he's going to want to try to get to the outside, get to the hips as quick as he can. We're going to get another restart. 47 seconds left to go in the second period. 5-0 for Brickner.
Brickner's his last shot right there definitely was like really from far out. And again, right there, it worked for him this time, outside leg single. He's driving it up, picking it up, trying to create some leverage. He's right on the knee.
So you hear Coach Bumpus in the corner yelling, "Run the pipe," and basically what that means is when you're in on that single, you kind of almost jump across to the hips. You run the pipe, so you use the leg almost like a pipe, and you kind of run right through. So he was trying to run the pipe there almost to get a double and a takedown, but no chance for Brickner there. So looks like we're going to end that second period. They're going to call Brickner for stalling. 9 seconds left.
Sack control in the ties. Andrew Ha determined after. He just
didn't want to get in a tying match and have Ha throw him. And Brickner did a good job of that. So Brickner's going to win a D2 state championship title for himself.
Nice job, Zach Brickner. And Andrew Ha, gave a match right to the end.
He did, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to be that close. But Ha did a really good job of kind of isolating Brickner's offense. He couldn't really generate too much of his own offense, but, did a really good job of keeping the score low. And you never know in the third period. Anything can happen. It didn't happen for Ha, but there's always next week.
Absolutely.
That's going to bring us to 195 pounds. We're going to see Griffin Ostrom from Merrimack, a junior, wrestling Dominic Goulet from Milford, senior. So we have junior versus senior. Goulet versus Ostrom. So Goulet was second last year. Ostrom was third. So both wrestlers.
And someone's going to come out a champ.
And someone's going to be first and someone's going to be second. So Ostrom putting together a really good season for himself. Obviously wants to.
Dominic Goulet has a really low center of gravity.
He does. So you can kind of see the two different two different body types here. Ostrom kind of long, and Dominic short and compact.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of bull-like.
Yeah,
absolutely. So he's right on the front head of Ostrom.
Yeah, working the front head series.
Again, see what he can do with it. Oh, he goes to that roll.
Yeah, he roll, and Milford's known for that. Okay. So that's fine. You can roll for that, but you want to be under. So when you roll and go under, that's when you can put him to his back. But if you're rolling and you're over the arm, you're just going to kind of keep rolling through.
Yeah, yeah. So. And again, looks great, but no score.
Looks great, but it really doesn't do much. We call it a gator roll. So now he's in a position to kind of gator roll to his back if he wants to. But they're going to go up to neutral, up to their feet.
One thing happens when you stay on the head for a long period of time, like Goulet is doing. The other guy's carrying his weight, so even though there's no score,
it wins you.
Ostrom is going to get winded if he's just going to stay in that position for a long period of time. And look at this, Goulet switches right off to the ankle. Good job. See if he can get behind now. Ostrom is blocking with that right hand of his, the arm, and keeping from Goulet's hips going behind.
Just over 20 seconds left to go in the first period. No score.
Right there at the edge. All right.
Bobby Gurman's going to call a stalemate, so they're going to get a fresh start with 16 seconds left to go in the first.
A little coaching on the side from Merrimack, and here we go. Again, good motion on their feet.
Yeah, good motion, and you can see, again, the kind of two different levels. Ostrom really kind of long up top, and Goulet, if he wants to work those underhooks or anything, he's got to come up to Ostrom. So that's going to do it for the first period. Going to get a coin toss. It's going to be in favor of red, which is Milford. Milford is deferring. and Merrimack is going to choose down. So Ostrom's going to be down in the second period, and as soon as Goulet gets on top, we'll get a clean start.
We'll see what Goulet can do on top here and Ostrom can do on bottom. Like a kind of a half sit on bottom.
Half sit on bottom. He's going far ankle, far knee. On top is Goulet.
Going for the switch.
Switch,
Goulet.
Yep, nice switch there, right off to a single.
Goulet has some thick legs, man. He's getting those legs back. He's got these tree trunks of legs, man. He's like it's gonna be hard to reel it in.
And you can see that he just extends Ostrom.
Exactly.
And just spin behind.
Basic.
So, again, far ankle, far knee there. Nice little breakdown. I like that breakdown, far ankle, far knee.
So all that action, no score.
All that action, no score, and that could be, defeating to Ostrom. He's working hard for almost a suck back from Goulet.
Absolutely. So
he's got to watch getting 2 out in front.
Even though there's no score, Goulet has been on top most of the time because Ostrom is just carrying. Oh, here it is. Caught that leg.
Yeah,
Ostrom caught that leg of Goulet.
Goulet's in some trouble here.
Oh, elevating that. Head goes down. He's just got to get his height now. Ostrom's just got to get his height.
And if I'm Goulet,
I'm basing out. I'm basing out, yeah. Let's see what he does. Let's see how this works out.
Because this might be bonus points for Ostrom. He might get a reversal and near fall. So Goulet did a good job of just rolling through that. It's going to be 2-0 in favor of Ostrom. 30 seconds left to go in the second period, and a stalemate.
.32 seconds left. Goulet goes down. Ostrom goes on top. Let's see what happens.
So just a nice little simple breakdown from Ostrom.
Not much from Goulet on bottom. It wasn't hustling right away.
Wasn't hustling because it wasn't a great breakdown. So if you beat Ostrom off the whistle, he might have been able to get something there. But nonetheless, Ostrom hold him down here, doing a good job of crowding his hips, riding heavy, as we say. 10 seconds left to go in the second period, I'm sorry. 2-0, and that's how this period is end in favor of Ostrom. That's going to bring us to our third and final period. Milford's choice, I believe, because they deferred in the second. And they're going to choose down. So Goulet's going to choose down on the third, looking for a possible escape.
Let's see if Goulet has a little bit more off this whistle. No, not
really
much.
Not much. So again, just attacking that the near arm.
Ostrom just getting right out to his breakdowns. Not much momentum from Goulet on bottom.
Just working hand control. Looks like he's trying to maybe work some bars on that near side. He's got a one-on-one. He does have that bar, so he wants to juice it, as we say. He wants to try to get his opponent's elbow to the mat.
Look at how he's digging with his feet right there.
Yeah,
Ostrom.
We call that juicing the shoulder.
Like digging with those feet.
That's pretty tight.
The traction.
That's pretty tight.
You definitely could see Ostrom is definitely better on the mat.
He just reset there, Ostrom did, and he's going to pick up the fall for Merrimack. Again, big win for him, but big points for his team.
Absolutely. I would say Goulet and Ostrom on their feet were it was a great match.
Pretty even.
But when you got down to the mat, Ostrom was a better mat wrestler.
Ostrom did dominate that game. And sometimes that's all it comes down to.
Congratulations.
So again, both wrestlers will be moving on to next week. But Ostrom can officially say that he is a state champion.
Absolutely.
And that's going to bring us to 220 pounds. We're going to see Eric Griffin from Merrimack. He's a junior. And he's going to be wrestling against a senior from Hollis Brookline, Owen McMillan.
McMillan, I was seeing him lining up with all the finalists, and he's got this death stare about him right now.
He's got a presence. He's a big,
intense.
Big 220.
He's intense. He wants this. He's focused. That's what I saw from him. And you have those psychological, just reads, from people and their opponents and stuff during those introductions.
So McMillan as a junior was third. He's going to improve on that as a senior, so the worst he can do here is second. Griffin, down a weight class. He was a Division II state champion at heavyweight last year.
Wow.
So now he's down to 220, probably, a small heavyweight last year. But now he's down to 220, and he's trying to go back-to-back with championships.
McMillan's showing some ties. Like I saw him go into a Russian tie. I haven't seen anybody do a Russian. It's like when you just grab one arm.
Used to be popular the last couple of years. A lot of people were almost a Russian there from McMillan, but yeah, they were ripping Russians kind of left and right, and now you don't really see them. I don't think I saw one Russian today.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So yeah, it's a good point. I don't think I saw one today. Saw a lot of underhooks and that, but nobody kind of using a Russian. You can do a lot with a Russian. You can bring it down. You can stuff it in the face. So a lot you can do with a Russian, but haven't really seen much. And that was a stall, I believe, on Griffin.
I like McMillan's little shuck by right here. I think it's going to work for him at some point in this match, especially in the third period. Griffin seems a little bit tight out there right now.
He is wrestling a little bit tight. McMillan seems to be the looser of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Kind of tapping and going.
Creating some momentum.
25 seconds left to go in the first period. No score.
But again, it's good. Griffin, I haven't seen much of him as far as like creating some sort of offense for himself yet.
Low leg attempt from McMillan.
But again, sometimes even when you're in position and you stay in position, guess what? Nobody scores. And
hard to score.
Then you get your escape and see what you can do on top.
So nothing doing in that first period. There goes the flip, and it's going to be in favor of Merrimack. Merrimack's going to defer to Hollis Brookline, and right away Coach Bumpus wants McMillan to go down. So we're going to start this second period with McMillan of Hollis Brookline down, Griffin of Merrimack on top. And here comes the start. Good clean start, McMillan, right off the whistle.
Yeah, McMillan was ready to rock and roll.
You got to be careful there.
Yeah,
so
he got a little aggressive as far as like trying to turn and
trying to roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. That's like he might be a little too pumped up right now.
Yeah, so he's got to be careful of rolling there, especially if he doesn't have space. You don't want to roll if you don't have space. So
keep it basic. Keep it basic.
Nice little stand-up switch.
There it is.
Nice job turning his hips in. So he's going to get a stand-up 1-point escape for McMillan.
Controlling the ties, McMillan. He's got both the wrists of Griffin. Griffin's trying to peel him off. You see him trying to use his knee to peel it off those off the wrists.
Yeah,
so
sometimes that wrist control. We saw that in that match earlier tonight. Just getting that wrist control at neutral can be frustrating because you're looking to kind of create space. You can't really create much space if your wrists are tied up.
That wrist control is really good for slowing the match down, especially against a high offensive wrestler, which is good. It's more of like a defensive move and slowing that person down.
I've seen McMillan a few times trying to kind of tie up, level change, and go for that ankle. So we'll see if he can do that. I mean, you don't really see too many real big guys like McMillan going after ankles, but I've seen it a couple attempts there. There he goes after the knee, but before he was going down to the ankle.
If this match keeps going the way it is, what I envision is a 1-1 scenario at the end of the third. It's going to go into overtime.
It might be. It might be. So we're going to hit a stalling, but that's going to be another stalling for Griffin. So that's going to be 1 point for McMillan. So he's going to pick up a huge point there.
You know, that's huge because I haven't seen anything for Griffin on his feet.
Hasn't been, and McMillan's been at least attempting stuff.
Exactly.
Doing nice circling, hasn't been backing up, so he's been dominating the center circle. There's another Russian attempt. 15 seconds left to go in the second period.
I like Griffin's toughness. I like his stance as far as his positioning. But again, he has to make something offensively happen, and he hasn't been proven to do that yet.
And that's going to do it for the second period. 2-0 in favor of McMillan, and
he's going to have to go down.
And they are choosing down. So Griffin is going to choose down in the third period. Needs at least an escape and a takedown or a reversal. He's got to get something going in this third period. He cannot let the match come to him. He's got to get to the match. So
Absolutely, and McMillan goes right to work on top.
McMillan doing a really good job of working a hand. Looks like he's throwing boots in. He's going to cross-body ride.
Usually the bigger guys don't usually have
No, but he threw that in pretty quick.
And again, I'm not sure if Griffin really knows what to do once a leg comes in.
Wasn't ready to catch it, that's for sure. So looks like he's still got that leg in.
Cross body ride here from McMillan.
So nice job of Griffin kicking that out.
Yeah,
but all this is doing for McMillan is killing time.
Yep. And Griffin just carrying McMillan's weight. See if Griffin can get something going from the bottom here. Because what Griffin needs is an escape and a takedown, or at least a reversal and ride McMillan out to at least just.
He needs 2 points at least.
Yeah, exactly.
So if he gets an escape, then he's got to push the pace and get a takedown. McMillan does not have to score at this point to win, so he's comfortable just riding on top. He's working on top. He's not stalling, so. You know, he's comfortable doing that, working hand control. They're going to get a stalemate. The one thing Griffin has to be cautious of is another stall call.
This is true because, again, why would Griffin want to stall?
Doesn't.
He needs the offense right now.
Doesn't,
right?
But sometimes when you're getting dominated on top.
Okay,
and he does. Hey, nice job. Nice job.
So what Griffin needs now is a takedown.
Got to push the pace.
So you have 50 seconds left.
You need to be thinking level changes. You need to be.
I haven't seen anything from Griffin, so I don't even know what he's going to throw out there.
I know McMillan's been trying to go for that knee, trying to go for a knee or ankle pick. But, yeah, you're right. Nothing from really Griffin, so we haven't really seen what his go-to is neutral.
McMillan has the wrists. He's comfortable there.
He's comfortable there. It's 30 seconds left to go. He doesn't have to score to win. He's also got stalls to give up. He's got one stall he could give up if he wanted.
Absolutely. Under 20 seconds now.
So it really just depends how bad Griffin wants it.
Griffin not even an attempt yet.
No attempt at a shot.
That was the first attempt right there.
And a big win for Hollis Brookline. Just some kind of, desperation shots there.
Great.
Oh, and
no,
that's time out. Time was out. Time was out.
The time was out.
Griffin with a little flurry, a little too late.
Yes.
McMillan's going to pick up another state championship for Hollis Brookline.
Great effort at the end for Griffin. But again, if he had shown some tenacity right from the start, it would definitely have been a different match.
He had plenty of time with that escape to get to work quick, but he waited till the end, and it was too late.
McMillan wrestled his match, and everything was in his favor.
So now we're going to see arguably the best heavyweight, Thor Griffith. Huge individual.
This kid.
Yeah, big football player for Portsmouth. He's going to be wrestling against Nick Connerty from Bishop Girton.
He is a
tough test because I'll tell you what, he wrestled in the semifinals against Josh White from Goffstown. Josh White's not a light individual, and he was throwing around Josh White like he was my size.
I would tell you
quick takedown for Griffith.
Thor Griffith is strong.
He is a strong individual, arguably the strongest competitor here. Just a massive. I'd like to see him go near ankle, not far ankle there, but just a massive, and not a massive heavyweight, but strong, real strong heavyweight.
You can see it right in the core of his body.
Yeah, you can tell he's not a stranger to the weight room.
No, not at all. So he goes out there, gets his 2 points, goes to work.
Oh, and he's going to stack him. Pin for a second there, but
when do you see heavyweight stack?
Not too many stacks, and they're going to call potentially
dangerous. Yep, because of the angle. The angle was there.
You're right. Not too many stacks from heavyweights, but we saw one there.
That. When do heavyweights stack? Never saw that.
Well, Thor just did it, and he's got a takedown for 2, and he's got some near fall. Now he's got a half in there. Needs to block the elbow, and he does.
Hard.
Did a good job blocking the elbow.
He's jamming it.
Reset. He's got a reset. It's going to be tough to bridge off of Griffith here.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
This might be it, and it is.
There it is.
Dominating performance from start to finish from Thor Griffith. And he's going to be a handful at Meet of Champions next week. He's going to be a handful at New England's.
He is. And he just, again, he celebrated, but he goes and shakes the coach's hands, and it's just a class act. And congratulations to Portsmouth.
Yeah,
that's our first state champion.
First state champion, first inaugural season for Portsmouth. Love to see it. The sport growing in New Hampshire.
Portsmouth look at Portsmouth go out there.
Yeah, that's good to see.
That's a win for their school.
Good to see.
That's a win for their community. When you have the first state champion of a community, you're paving that way. That's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
And obviously, he's got all the gifts to get it done.
He's an absolute. From what I'm told, he's an absolute beast in the weight room. That showed there by just throwing around 270-pound men like they're rag dolls, and you don't see too many stacks from a heavyweight. We saw one tonight. So a lot of firsts tonight. We had our first state champion for Portsmouth, and we had a first heavyweight stack possibly in a Division II. So that's going to do it for the Division II state championships. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you were watching the feed from earlier, GTV did a really good job of having this feed in available for free all day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Meet of Champions is going to be next week. The Division I is going to be sending 6 competitors. Division II is going to be sending the top 5. Division III is going to be sending top 4. So those wrestlers are going to move on to next week, and then top 3 from Meet of Champions will be going to Providence, Rhode Island for the New England Championship. So some of these wrestlers that you saw tonight will be vying for possibly a New England championship.
Chad, and I just want to end saying thank you to the community of Goffstown and everybody that had their hands into this event here. The first time ever hosting
the team effort.
This Goffstown, the state championship at Goffstown. Everybody that had a hand in it. Thank you to the boosters. Thank you to the community of Goffstown for this.
Yeah, it was good to see. The athletic director Justin Huff helping out. The head coach Keith Detchen did a ton of behind-the-scene work to make it look like it did tonight, and that's what kind of the goal was to make the Division II state championship look like a state championship, and I think that was accomplished tonight.
I'll tell you what, it was probably the best state championship I've ever seen as far as like the environment here. The technology, the GTV stuff. Again, you have the mat light out. You had the introduction to that ceremony. Again, just high end. So again, thank you, Chad.
Yeah, thank you
for everything that you did today. And again, thank you to all the coaches and all the wrestlers who put in hard work this year.
Yeah, it was a great
It was a win
season
for everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Good season, good end to the season, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week at Meet of Champions. Take care.